Hey you, welcome to my channel. I'm Cammielle and I am going to show you what my hair looks like 5 days later. I had no product in the hair or made the little braid in the back that I use, but I'm in the mood to make a 4-stranded braid. But I need to showcase what this frizziness looks like. It's very matted, it stays put, and it's frizzy as ever. So you see frizziness, you see grossness. It looks like I haven't brushed my hair because I didn't once I got out of the shower the first day. I just let it air dry, which sometimes when I don't add anything into my hair, it does dry quicker. And that's what I did because I didn't feel like doing my hair, and I felt like, why not? Let's see what happens, because I know what's going to happen. It's going to be a knotted mess. Tangling is going to be a pain in the shower. And I thought, the sacrifice. So I did it. But I think the awesome side to it is that my hair smelled pretty good afterwards. 5 days later, still nice, I think, anyway. But I gotta go shower. But later, after showering, my usual routine, nothing has changed. This is what happens after 5 days. To the left, you see 2 knots entangled hair. That I'm not adding to my little box of hair strands that I'm trying to use into extensions. It's very tedious, but I also don't know how to approach it without wasting items or product that I have already purchased for it. Now, I tend to like to swoop, grab all my hair in one motion and then pinch and pull away from the wall, but that doesn't always happen as much as I wish it would. And there was a lot of hair, so I had to make sure it's not getting tangled as I'm swooping across the wall and pinching it away from it. So I make sure it's nice and separated, not too much in a clump, and display it in my little box. Whereas the remaining hairs that I've left behind are too small, I mix with other hair I had already in the shower, and I roll that up in a ball with my fingers and toss it because no need for it. Then I'm going to show you how my hair growth is going underneath my armpits. Of course, there's darkness still there, which I'm trying. I have yet to use the soap that I got for this. There's a little bit of redness reaction from the retinol because I was peeling, and then I had a pimple later, so I had to deal with that. But yeah, let's continue with the hair. Now, question: have you seen Brightburn? It's like if Superman gone rogue kind of movie. So I thought it was pretty cute. I mean, not cute, nice rendition of what would happen. So I used this tea tree jojoba hair and scalp oil, but I did not add it to my scalp. I only added it to the ends in the midsection. Once I was ready, I then brought my comb to put it into 2 parts. Kind of necessarily didn't mind that if it wasn't completely straight, because this is supposed to be an easy in and out, not having to fully do my hair but also do my hair kind of thing. I bring out this conditioner, not the same one, I'm sure this is all gone, but it's a mixture of various conditioners that were running out, and I cut open those containers to get every last drop of the conditioner so that I can put into that container and use it. So I've added as much as I can, cleaned off my hands so it's not slippery as I brush it with my detangle brush. Now, it can get a little dry. That's what happened here, so I add a little bit more water. Probably not a good thing since I added the oil, which is going to repel the water, but I still proceeded, made it nice and smooth to my heart's content. And then if it makes that little beautifulness, it's nice and hydrated. I bring out this Paul Mitchell serum that helps dry the hair as well as a heating protectant. I only did like 2 or 3, I believe, pumps, even though you're supposed to start with 1, but my hair's long, so I need it. Once I'm done with that, I bring out this edge control, which is kind of losing its color. It was much more brighter than that. And I use a few, maybe like a teaspoon of it, 5 milliliters, and put it around the area where it needs to be slightly smooth, around the face, in the back, toward the area we'll be start braiding from. Just make it smooth. Get all those little hairs together and cooperate as I pull the camera closer to me so you can see the struggle that I've had. Now, splitting the hair into 4 parts, pretty easy. Approaching it was a pretty difficult situation because I didn't know if I should start from the braids closer to my face or the braid closer to my neck. And here I am trying to see how to place it, to do over, under, over, or under, over, under. But I did over, under, and of course my fingers aren't equipped to this range of motion compared to the actual braiding 3 strands. And then proceed to do the over, under, over, but since I wasn't necessarily speaking it out, I kept messing up. So this was like a thought of 20 minutes tops. No need to stay in the bathroom for another hour, as if I actually was doing my hair, trying to braid my hair in 4 strands. So you see that little one to the right did not get added prior, so I ain't gonna see that till much later. Not freaking out about that part. So this was a massive struggle and difficulty. I'm gonna keep trying, undoing it and doing it again. This was my first try doing it on myself. I have attempted it on some other people without their knowing, and it looks okay, but that was years ago. So trying to do this again, it's kind of difficult because once it got closer to the ends, my hair was starting to shorten. Like one strand was shorter than the rest, so then I had to blend them together and make a 3 braid toward the end so that it doesn't look too crazy. But I was happy that I finally did it after 20 minutes later. And now we are going to spritz the rest of the hair since it's been drying during that time of 20 minutes, and not make it too damp or too wet, and do the same process with the Simmer My products, the oil, the conditioner, and the serum, and end off with the, what do you call it, the edge control. Now, I feel like this side is much more better for you to see for yourself how I approach it, whereas the other side, it was at an angle that you couldn't quite notice. So let's begin. So split the part into 4 parts. You kind of have to judge by how much it feels in your fingers. And I go over, starting from my neck area strand, all the way to the front. So I forget that area and start from the neck again, the neck strand closest to my neck, and make that go over, under, over. And I kind of pulled it closer to my root area so that it doesn't look too loose, and proceeded again. Now, since this is my second try of doing it, you can see I've started to just braid 3 braids while forgetting the 4th one, and I get frustrated again and continue braiding, not noticing that there is a strand toward the top that needed to be changed. But as you can see, I still don't know until here. Yeah. And crazy means like, oh, we'll just put it in there. Just put it in there. Try to hide it that way, but too noticeable. So I'm like, okay, we'll put it back. And I had a little pity war and covered myself. I didn't want you to see. But how to undo the braid. I didn't want to have to start all the way from the top, so I thought to continue from where I thought was the area I needed to be, but it really wasn't. And then I saw it again, I believe. So I did it my hair again, tried to control it, used my mouth as an extra hand, and proceeded to work with that, trying to make sure I don't have to fully start over. And my process was say it out loud, over, under, over. Under, over, under? No, it's over, under, over. Always starting from the one closest to my neck strand. It all depends on how comfortable you are with your braiding. And how it is. I'm not quite sure the difference if you went over, under, over, since I went under, over, under. No, wait. Under, over is what I did. Not over, under. Crap. Forgot which way. Anywho, first attempt. I'm okay with it. Yet I still want to do a 5 braid next. Anywho, I had to cut this little container up because it was almost gone. Once I used that all up, I used this green one, the volume gel, to finish off gelling my hair. Now this is 3 days later. I typically tend to just undo my hair and put it in a low ponytail just to show off its waviness and all that jazz. So you see the fast draft of undoing my hair, and you can see, not on this side but on the other side, that there were some strands that weren't with, it got separated while I was braiding. But you can totally see the difference. One side is much more looser in waves, whereas the other side is much of a tighter wave like look. And yeah, that is it for this 4-stranded braid. I hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe. And as always, embrace joy, because we need that. So yeah, I shall see you later. Okay?